Hey guys, welcome back to That One Thing. Today we're doing something a little different. We actually teamed up with therock to see how they run what's being called the Breakfast Club. They're going out of their way with volunteers and donations to try and help feed the homeless, the needy, anybody who needs a good breakfast. They've been doing this for a while now, but it was nice of Harold to join me here that we're actually able to go through and find out some of the behind the scenes, see how it works and how busy it actually is. Harold, thanks for having me with you today. I really, enjoy the fact that I could come out and see what was going on. Yeah. I guess the first question here for you would be, why did you guys decide to start doing breakfasts? What got you into doing breakfast for people?
Well, actually, it was a group back in May of 1996. In fact, earlier than that, the pastor of the church at that time, St. Peter's Lutheran Church, decided that looked out on his congregation and thought, there's people out there that look like they need help. So long story short, he formed this society called the Rock Lutheran Inner City Society, and they started serving breakfast in the summer of 1996. And interestingly enough, they had 3 volunteers and 12 guests, and they served coffee and toast. That's how they started, and that was like one day a week.
Currently 3 days a week, they're serving up more than just toast and coffee. They're also serving oatmeal, pancakes, milk, juice, and whatever they can get for seasonal treats like fruit and pastries.
We served sometimes over 45,000 breakfasts in a year.
Oh, wow.
Before pandemic. Pandemic kind of slowed us down a bit, but we're starting to grow again, and we're up getting close to 30,000 for this year.
So you guys are fairly busy then.
Oh yes.
So what does an average day entail? Like how many people do you bring through?
Well, today, for an example, which is towards the end of the month when some of these people are running short of money, we did 299. Some days we'll do 350. Other times we'll drop back down to 250. Averaging. But yeah, there's a real need. And as you said earlier, we're called the Breakfast Club. They tell us, the people that come to have breakfast with us, to them it's a safe place, it's a warm place. They love the volunteers that come here, that we essentially pay to them, and to provide them with sustenance that they need.
At the time I recorded this, over 4,000 people were homeless in Edmonton according to Homeward Trust's by name list. These are people that are on the streets for a variety of reasons and unable to get some of the basic essentials that people need to live, one of which is a meal on a regular basis. This is where therock steps in. With a bit of support from the community, they're doing everything they can to make sure that there is a place for people to go. Unfortunately, the need is growing.
What kind of financial support do you guys rely on in order to be able to operate?
Donations from various individuals, churches. We get some organizations supporting us, financial institutions support us, but probably the biggest part of our donations comes from individuals and our churches.
And what do you look for donations? Is it just, are you looking for cash and you go buy what you need? Are you looking for food donations, clothing donations?
Now we look for financial. That way we're allowed to give them tax receipts.
Fair enough, because you're a registered charity,
yes,
right?
We are. And, but we will accept food donations. And we do have organizations who want to do that for us. We do get a lot of support from the Edmonton Food Bank, from the Sherwood Park Food Bank, and a lot of individuals will just bring stuff.
Okay.
Oatmeal, pancake mix, you name it.
Whatever you guys need at the time type of game.
Yeah, because what we provide our guests with is pancakes, oatmeal, toast, coffee, milk, and juice. And whenever we get, sometimes from food banks, we get some pastries, fruits, a yogurt, and they love that. And we provide that for them too.
Okay, so it does create a fairly well balanced.
Yes, yes.
Heading into winter, because we're in October right now, what kind of donations are you guys looking for? Is it just cash? Are you looking for clothing donations?
No, we just continue with providing breakfast, so we need food stuff. The financial donations to allow us to buy food. We will take in toques and gloves and mitts.
The cold weather gear.
Yeah, because of the cold weather. But we don't have any way for people to try on clothing. So we let organizations like Mustard Seed and Boyle Street and those places pick that up.
That they can deal with that, and you just cover basics.
Yeah, they have the room to do it. We don't.
Okay, that makes sense.
While discussing everything with Harold, I had the chance to meet up with David, one of the patrons here at the Breakfast Club. He told me a bit about his story, but what surprised me was how philosophical he was. We talked about everything from the Breakfast Club to politics to the latest book he's reading. Unable to find a job because of competition, he has an amazing outlook on the world.
So right now you said you're running around an average of $250 to $350 per meal. Are there plans in the future to increase that, like to go a little bigger, provide more for breakfast, or are you just kind of going to sit where you can and do what you can?
We're going to continue operating the way we are. We were somewhat restricted by the number of volunteers that we have. It takes about 15 volunteers a morning to run properly and not strain or stress anyone out. Until we could determine that we need more volunteers, I suspect we're going to stay with the way we are right now. First of all, we're looking for volunteers, number one, but we are run by a volunteer board of directors. There's 9 positions on the board, and it's a working board. And so each one of those members has a responsibility to provide whatever is necessary within their guidelines. For instance, Neil is breakfast coordinator, so whatever happens during the breakfast, it sort of falls under his wing. We have people that do Lina, that does communications and newsletters and articles like that. We have a fellow that's in charge of our facilities. We have a procurement person. Right now we don't have that person, so Neil and Janet look after that. Janet is a recording secretary, and I myself am the chair. So we split the responsibilities of the organization amongst that board, and they're doing an amazing job.
Good.
It makes my job very easy.
That's fair. If somebody wanted to make a donation to you guys, whether it was food, whether it was cash, whatever the case may be, what's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you? Can they do it online? Is it just come in and see you?
They can do it through Canada Helps.
Okay.
That's the organization we use to make donations.
Canada Help?
Yes, or they can forward it here through our address by just sending a check in.
Okay.
Or they can go through any one of their churches.
Okay.
The churches all will accept donations for the Rock. Right now, for an example, Bethel's running the Rock as a mission of the month. Okay. So all the people that are members of that church can make donations, and then they forward it to us at the end of the month.
Okay. So it's kind of the whole community coming together to support it.
Good. Yeah. I guess I'd like to, if I can, to wrap up, I would like to thank all our donation people, our donators, our churches, the city, the police system, and volunteers. That's what makes us go. They come out and help, and it doesn't matter what the weather conditions are, what situations are like, they come out and they help, and without them we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So a big thank you to all those people that help us do what we want to do to provide something for 100%. Those that are in need.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, all the usuals. I'll leave all the links below. I'll leave all the links below for their websites, their socials, everything I can get for them, so you guys can check them out as well. And as soon as I get some more information about how we can get a little more worldwide donations into these guys, we'll make sure that info gets out as well. Don't forget to leave it in the comments what you think your one thing should be. I'll see what I can do to make a video for it. Guys, have a good one. Thanks again.
What is The Rock? Who is The Rock? So I said,
He's an actor out of the States, bald head.